Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Dave. This is Wilde Reads. Today is a very exciting day. This is the first book haul ever on Wilde Reads. I've got 19 books to get through. Let's get on with it. Roll the titles. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, as I said in the intro, it's a very exciting day. It's the first book haul on Wilde Reads and we have 19 books to get through. So lots to do. Let's just crack on with it, shall we? New books first, not in the order I bought them. That would be far too organised. Patrick Ness, Release. I've read Monster Calls, you may have seen in one of my wrap-ups. So this is the first one I've read of his since then. I haven't read it yet. I don't know why I'm saying it's the first one I've read, because I haven't read it yet. It's a brand new book. I've just hauled it. I'm hauling it now. What is it about, I hear you ask? It's Saturday. It's summer. And although he doesn't know it yet, everything in Adam Thorne's life is going to fall apart. Relationships will change, he'll change, but maybe, just maybe, he'll find freedom in the release. Now, this, I'll tell you what done it for me. I've seen a good few reviews on this book. Sometimes the end of your world is the start of your life. Love that. That's enough to sell me the book. Look out for this on a future wrap-up, because I will definitely be reading this very soon. Apparently it's quite graphic as well, which I'm looking forward to. Second up, brand new book, and one I shall be reading for Lauren and the Book. She's doing a cosy reading night this Saturday, which I'm going to film some vlog footage for. So I shall be reading on that The Proof of Love by Catherine Hall. Now this one, the inaugural, I really struggle saying that word. The inaugural, it won the first Green Carnation Prize, which was started by Simon Savage and someone else whose name escapes me. But it won the first prize, so that's supposed to be really good. I've seen that. Oh God, this light's bright. Can you see that? I might have to stop holding books up. Studio lighting's very bright in here tonight. So anyway, so I'm going to be reading this at the weekend for Lauren and the Book's cosy reading night. And I'm really looking forward to that, because it's supposed to be a cracker. Next, new book. I know I'm rushing through them. Should I read you the blurb on that? Should we backtrack a little bit? I might have to get a cup of tea through this video. I feel like a cup of tea coming on. We've just had the most amazing omelette and it was huge. That's I'm just gone off on a tangent now. We're supposed to be doing a book haul. I'm just told you what I've had for dinner. Never mind. By the time the summer holidays begin, Spencer Little is keen to put the events of the past term at Cambridge behind him. A remote village in the Lake District seems to offer the perfect escape, but it's not so easy to remain anonymous in a small community. And after striking up a friendship with 10-year-old Alice, Spencer also finds himself being drawn into other people's lives. As the summer heatwave intensifies and a web of complicity tightens around him, Spencer realises that he will eventually be forced to choose between loyalty and truth. That sounds like a great book. I shall let you know. I'm sure it is. I'll let you know. The next one I saw in a... Where did I see it? It was reviewed in a magazine as I was waiting to get my hair cut in the barber's a couple of weeks ago, and this is The Vanishing Act of Audrey Wilde. Wilde Reads, Wilde, Oscar Wilde, you know. It's a tie-in. So this is by Eve Chase and it's published by Penguin Michael Joseph. This sounds like my kind of book. A bit Edwardian, a bit, I was going to say gothic, but I don't think it's gothic. It's got a big country house in it, and I love books about big country houses. Think Howard's End. Think Rebecca. I'm reading it at the moment. It's fantastic. Think Sarah Walters' Little Stranger. Big country houses. They make great books. So this. Applecote Manor captivates Jessie with its promise of hazy summers in the Cotswolds. She believes it's the perfect escape for her troubled family, but the house has an unsettling history and strange rumours surround the estate. That is about a girl that's gone missing, and because I haven't just read you that bit of the blurb, but it is about a girl that goes missing. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be on my read list very soon. I'm chundering through these now, aren't I? I'm going to have to get a cup of tea soon. So, charity shop books now. We went to Rochester at the weekend on Sunday. Today, I'm filming this on a Monday night. So Saturday afternoon, we went to Rochester because it's quite a booky town, Rochester. Lots of Dickens connotations, lots of Dickens references in Rochester. And there was a city market on. And Rochester's full of bookshops. It's home to Baggins, which I've mentioned before, and lots of other bookshops. And I hold about 13 books from Rochester. So the first one I got was Kate Atkinson, Life After Life. Now, I haven't read this yet. Another book I'm extremely late to the party with. I haven't read it yet. I've got it in paperback. It's downstairs. But I wanted the hardback because it's got a rather gorgeous cover. And I just wanted it. For no other reason than that. I just wanted it. I am going to read it, but I wanted it. Kate Atkinson, Life After Life. The next one is one that I've had before and I've lost, or I've lent it to someone and I don't know where it is. And that is Ewan Ivy, the Snow Child. Ewan Ivy? Yes, Ewan Ivy, the Snow Child. I bought this when it first came out, in paperback, in hardback, rather. And I can't find it. I haven't got it anymore. And I knew I didn't have it anymore, which is why when I saw this, I bought it. 50p, bargain. Yeah. The next book is Matt Thorne, 8 Minutes Idle. This is published by Scepter. Don't know anything about it, but it seemed quite good. It's about a call centre. Anyone that has ever undergone the hell of call centre work will recognise the plight of Dan, plugged in and monitored 24/7, tied to the job for the money he needs but never receives. His paranoia mounts to the point where every waking moment becomes work. Shagging his boss and moving into the office was a bad idea. Did I just say shagging on YouTube? Is that allowed? Can I say shagging on YouTube? I've got no idea. We'll leave it in. If they complain, I'll edit it out. Where were we? Shagging, that's right. Taking the cat with him was worse, but in a world of short-term contracts and job insecurity, you do what you can to survive. A brilliant picture of life stretched beyond the ordinary. So that's 8 Minutes Idle by Matt Thorne. Really looking forward to reading that. What have we got next? Anne Tyler. Anne Tyler, a brilliant author. Brilliant author. A Patchwork Planet. I've read some of hers before. I've never got around to reading this one. Very excited about this. It doesn't say that on the book. I'm just very excited about this one. Just talk amongst yourselves while I read the blurb. I'm not going to read the blurb of every book because otherwise we're going to end up with a 29-minute video and no one wants that because it's boring. So Anne Tyler, Patchwork Planet. That was good. What have we got next? We have Am Holmes. This book will save your life. I never got round to reading this when it came out. I never got round to buying it when it came out. This is published by Granta. I remember it being a really big thing a few years ago. When was it published? Let's just have a look. This came, it's longer than I thought. Doesn't time fly? 2006 that came out. My God. I remember that coming out. Can you remember this one coming out? 2006, 12 years ago. 11 years ago even. Wow. Anyway, so I'm going to read that soon. Yes, a good one. Kazuo Ishiguro, who is one of my favourite authors. Never Let Me Go is one of the best books I've ever read. I absolutely love it. So anytime I see one of his books, I've read a short story collection of his a couple of years ago as well. It was really good. So this is When We Were Orphans by Kazuo Ishiguro. Never know how to pronounce the Christian name or even the surname sometimes. Which is set in England in the 1930s. Christopher Banks has become the country's most celebrated detective. His case is the talk of London society, yet one unsolved crime has always haunted him: the mysterious disappearance of his parents in old Shanghai when he was a small boy. Moving between London and Shanghai of the interwar years, When We Were Orphans is a story of memory, intrigue, and the need to return. That sounds brilliant. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. Has anyone read this? If so, give a spoiler-free comment in the downstairs section. Downstairs section. Can I say that? The next one is Joanne Harris. Look at the size of this hardback. This is a really small Diddy. It's quite a brick, but it's really small. So Joanne Harris, who wrote Chocolat, I think. She did write Chocolat, didn't she? Yes, she did. Gentlemen and Players. This came out a few years ago. Again, I saw it. The size intrigued me at first, I've got to admit. And the published by Doubleday, which is one of my favourites as well. That looks really good. It's about a boarding school. So that sounds good. What have we got next? We have Laurie Moore, A Gate at the Stairs. This was Orange Prize shortlisted in 2010. Won quite a lot. Supposed to be hilarious, distressing, entertaining and wise. 20-year-old learns to escape her provincial home. She moves to the college town of Troy to start university and takes a job as a part-time nanny to a glorious couple. That sounds good. I'll let you know about all these books in a wrap-up or whatever. So the next one, A Fraction of the Whole, a novel by Steve Toltz. This is published by Penguin, and I didn't read it. It was shortlisted for the 2008 Man Booker Prize. I never got round to reading it. I think I had this in hardback as well. I'm not sure. It might be on a hardback shelf. I'm actually thinking as I'm holding this, I'm sure I've seen this downstairs. We'll have it. Anyway, I've bought it. If I have got it, it's quite a nice paperback cover, so I might just keep it anyway. But I'll let you know. So the next one we have is The Door by Magda Szabo. This one looks really, really good. Bit ghosty, bit frightening, deserves to be a bestseller, says Tibor Frischer at the Daily Telegraph. That looks really good, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. I know we're zipping through these a lot tonight, but there is a lot to get through, and I didn't want this to be a huge long video. I just wanted to give you a brief flavour of what the books are. We've only got a few more to go. If you feel like pausing, go and make yourself a cup of tea and then pop back. The next book we've got is Fugitive Places by Anne Michaels. This is published by Bloomsbury. Winner of the Guardian Fiction Award 1997, winner of the Orange Prize 1997. I do find a lot of orange books, not orange as in the colour orange, but orange books, which is now the Baileys, in charity shops. Don't know why. It's very common to find Baileys nominated books in charity shops. So anyway, this is Fugitive Places by Anne Michaels, and it sounds very good. So this is a novel to lose yourself in. Let the language pour over you, depositing its richness like waves lapping sand onto a beach. Michaels is a novelist of unusual and compelling power. Fascinating. Can't wait to get to that one. The next one is from an author that I have read this year, but at the time was a new discovery. I had heard of. I had heard of him. I've just never read him, and that's William Trevor. This is the story of Lucy Gaulte, which was shortlisted for the Man Booker in 2002. I've heard really, really good things about about this book. Even I knew about William Trevor anyway. I've read one of his. Hang on, just talk amongst yourselves. There she is. I knew she was there somewhere. So earlier on in the year, I read Love and Summer, which is really good, by William Trevor. Too much glare. So so early on in the year, I read Love and Summer by William Trevor. There's a few interesting documentaries on William Trevor that you can find floating around on YouTube. Well worth a watch. So that's why I picked up this one, because all the reviews that I read for Love and Summer were all talking about this book. And everyone that reviewed Love and Summer mentioned how good the story of Lucy Gaulte was. So I was very pleased to see this in the charity shop and picked it up and bought it straight away. And the last book, I think it's the last book, is a hardback. It's Hystopia, published by Faber, and this is a novel by David Means. Now, I know nothing about this. I picked it up because of the really funky cover design. Isn't that great? So it's set at the bitter end of the 1960s. President John F. Kennedy is entering his third term in office. The Vietnam War rages on, and the president has created a vast federal agency, the Psych Corps, dedicated to maintaining the nation's mental hygiene by any means necessary. Wow, that sounds really good. So I shall be reading that again very soon. And the last book I got is Felicity Everett, The People at Number 9. This is published by HQ, and it just looks really good. That looks a really good cover. So let's just give you a little bit of blurb. When Gav and Lou move into the house next door, Sarah spends days plucking up the courage to say hello. The new neighbours are glamorous, chaotic, and a little eccentric. They make Sarah and her husband Neil seem dull by comparison, or so Sarah thinks, but soon the couples become friends, sharing supper, bottles of red wine, childcare, laughing and trading secrets late into the night. The more time Sarah spends with Gav and Lou, the more she longs to make changes in her own life. But these changes will come at a price, and soon Gav and Lou will be asking things they've got no right to ask of their neighbours, with shattering consequences for all of them. That sounds really good. Have you met The People at Number 9? A dark and delicious novel about sex, envy and betrayal in the suburbs. Oh, that sounds really good. Okay, I thought the last one was the last one, but it isn't. I found another one. Actually, I found another two. So the penultimate to the last one, which I said was the last one, but wasn't the last one. The penultimate one to the last one is now this one. Brief History of 7 Killings, Marlon James. Now, I didn't read this. Won the Booker Prize in 2015. To the surprise of many, because I think a lot of people were expecting Hanya Yanagihara's Little Life to win it that year, but in fact this won it. So I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, but I thought I'd give it a go myself. So, A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. That's the penultimate one to the last one, and not the last one before. The last one is The Faculty by Simon Lalique. And this is about a prison guard. Henry Graves has dedicated his life to the prison service, losing his marriage and sacrificing his relationship with his daughter in the progress. He is used to being uprooted to dealing with angry and embittered prisoners, but he's unprepared for the challenge his new secret assignment brings. Tasked with managing a government facility hidden deep in the countryside, Henry finds himself tested as never before by the confused and frightened prisoners, by the sinister Dr. Silk, and above all, by his own conscience. That sounds a really good book. I'll let you know when I've finished it. So that brings us to the end of the book haul. There was a lot of books there to get through, and I may have just rushed through them a little bit because there was just so many books. So thank you for watching. If you managed to watch all the way through to the end, which I somehow doubt, but for those of you still hanging on in there with an empty cup of tea in your hand, an empty cup, how can you have an empty cup of tea? So for those of you that have made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching my ramble through my book haul. I'm sure these videos will get smoother and I'll have to do less editing as time goes on. But thanks for watching. I'll see you later on. No, I won't. I'll see you at the end of the week when I'll make another video for you. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.